abruptly end the live. I'm sorry about that. Very, very sorry. The question is, who would you want at Manchester United with the problem, with all of the things going on at Manchester United in the midfield? We could see against Nottingham Forest what happened in that midfield. Manchester United, as like Jim Ratcliffe has said, we are actually going to be going. We are actually going to go into the January transfer window and try to get players from the transfer window. So who do you think Manchester United can get out in the January transfer window to help Manchester United steady the ship a little bit at the club? We are not looking. We are actually not looking good in the midfield. Even though we are getting results, we are winning games, but we are not looking really good in the midfield. That is the case here. We are not looking good in the midfield. If we look at Nottingham Forest and over the weekend, they had so many times that they had to run through our midfield. They ran through our midfield spaces, and it was not something that was good enough for me. You know, they had that time that they went through the midfield time and time and time again, and I didn't want it to be like that. So who do you think that we could actually get in the transfer window in January to help steady the ship? At least we have Conor Gallagher in the radar. Also, we have a rumor that we are talking to Carlos Baleba. We have that rumor that Manchester United is starting to have talks with the likes of Carlos Baleba, and we're also hearing that Manchester United wants a striker. Ruben Amorim does not see Joshua Zexi as a striker. Actually, yes, that is the case there. He does not see Joshua Zexi as a striker. As a matter of fact, Ruben Amorim believes that Joshua Zexi is much more like Matheus Cunha, who could play in the number 10 position. And if it's left for me, I think that, okay, you know what, we might just be able to get a player in Joshua Zexi, who would play in the number 10 position when we have these FA Cups and all of that. I think with these are the games that would help Manchester United get to, you know, see these guys much more often. The likes of Joshua Zexi, the likes of Kobe Mainu. We might just be able to see them, right? That is my point there. So guys, let us talk about it. Whom do you think you want to see at the club to help steady the ship? Joshua Zexi, Joshua Zexi, Kobe Mainu. All of these guys might just be playing in the they might just be playing in the FA Cup. But when it comes to the Premier League and in the middle of the park, we are suffering. Manchester Casemiro does not have the leg anymore. We are suffering a lot. So who do you think? I've looked at it. I've looked at all of these the stats, and I'm looking at Adam Wharton and Elliot Anderson. Do you think that these two guys can come in and help Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro in the middle of the park? Do you think that we might just be able to steady the ship if we have Anderson and Wharton in the Manchester United midfield, the partnership? Do you think that it would look really, really good? Because we know that Bruno Fernandes is a number 10, and in that number 10 role, he's a master. I don't think that we are seeing the best of number 10 when we look at Matheus Cunha. Matheus Cunha is more of is a different type of number 10. That type of number 10 that looks a little bit selfish. If we look at Matheus Cunha and how he plays in the number 10 position, and then look at Bruno Fernandes, how he plays the number 10 position, Bruno Fernandes guarantees you a chance to score a goal, you know, with his assist or him going to goal. But Matheus Cunha gives me the vibe of Marcus Rashford, where he wants glory to himself. He wants to run through everybody. He wants to dribble all of them and then score the goal. That is what Matheus Cunha gives to me, which I don't welcome, because I don't want that type of player. And the style of Matheus Cunha will be good in some cases, but not in all cases. What is your response to Manchester? You've asked this question a million times, and I've told you Manchester United is playing is playing Tottenham the next game. We are playing Tottenham the next game, and Manchester United have to win the game against Tottenham to actually go to enter in the top 4 of the table. So that is all I have to say. I am not the manager and I am not the players. That is all I have to say. We might just be able to win that game and go forward. The question here is, who do you think that Manchester United can bring to steady the midfield? Our midfield looks porous. Our midfield is easy to run through. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro do not have the legs to track back, and Casemiro itself, even if he tries, he might just be putting Manchester United in a lot more problems. We saw the last time he picked up a red card. We saw the last time he picked up a yellow card. That the reason why he was substituted. So if we look at Casemiro in the Manchester United defense, you know that we need younger players in that role. Look at what Declan Rice is doing at Arsenal. Look at what Moise Caicedo is doing at Chelsea. That's the kind of players. Those are the kind of players we need at Manchester United, that can get you goals, that can play in those passes, that can win tackles, and that can drive with the ball. These are the type of players we need. Casemiro is not that type of player right now. He does not have the legs anymore. Thank you so much for joining. If you're seeing me for the first time, kindly give the likes, kindly give the broadcast a thumbs up, and so that we can let us get to a lot more audience. And also click on the subscribe button. If you are seeing me for the first time, click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button. We are here to answer whatever question it is you have about Manchester United. And this is a Manchester United fan page. We talk about Manchester United all day, every day. There are lots of videos in the channel where you can choose any topic you want and watch the video by yourself. Yes, and then we make a lot of researches about Manchester United before we come to give you any news or give you any analysis going on. Ruben Amorim is that manager that is looking like he's beginning to get it right at Manchester United, and for him to get it absolutely spot on, I think that Ruben Amorim also needs to get in players, and the board knows about this. The board is aware that they can get in players for Ruben Amorim and see him go up the table, because if Ruben Amorim can achieve what he's achieving without a midfield, because I will tell you categorically, we do not have a midfield, right? If Ruben Amorim can achieve what he's achieving with this midfield, I think that when Ruben Amorim has that midfield that he wants, he is going to be exceptional. If you're seeing me for the first time, please click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification every time that I say, every time that I record a video, all of the videos you will get. And if you're coming in for the first time, if you're joining this live, please kindly give this live a thumbs up. Yeah, give it a thumbs up, and I'm here to answer any of your questions. Manchester United is the biggest club in the world, and we all know that Manchester United is the biggest club in revenue, in capital, in capacity. No clubs comes too close to Manchester United in the whole of England, and the only club you can compare Manchester United to in the world will be Real Madrid, and that is why we are the biggest club around the world. So guys, we will discuss a few things right now. We will discuss a few things right now, and one of those things that we are going to be discussing now will be about Marcus Rashford. Let us talk about Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is doing well at Barcelona. He's scoring goals and he's getting assists for Barcelona. And a lot of Manchester United fans are beginning to talk about Marcus Rashford coming back to Manchester United and all of that. Do you think that Marcus Rashford should come back to Manchester United per his performance at Barcelona? Do you think that Marcus Rashford should come back to Manchester United? If we look at the things that he's doing at Barcelona, personally, in my opinion, I don't think that Marcus Rashford has done anything at Barcelona he's not done at Manchester United. I don't have anything against Marcus Rashford, but I have seen this Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford actually has shown me everything that he needs to be as a player, and he is in his prime. Marcus Rashford should be 27 or 28 right now. He is in his prime, and he should be performing at the best of his levels right now. And putting in those type of performances for Barcelona means that Marcus Rashford is doing well. But the question is, are we going to want Marcus Rashford back at Manchester United? That is the question. Do you want Marcus Rashford back at Manchester United? I don't think I want him, because I think that the manager is doing well with the players that he has. That is my personal belief. He's doing well with the managers that he have. And we know that there were lots of problems. We know that there were lots of problems before Marcus Rashford left the club. There were lots of problems, Yes, I think that there were lots of problems, right? I think that there were lots of problems with Marcus Rashford at Manchester United. Should Marcus Rashford come back to United? I'd like to get your answers, though. I'd like to get your answers. So I'd like to get your answers. So guys, clearly, guys, I like to get your answers. I like to get your answers on this. I like to get your answers. Should Marcus Rashford come back to Manchester United? I would love to get your answers. But then let us talk about other things. Marcus Rashford is performing at Barcelona right now, getting goals and scoring goals and getting assists. But if we look at the latter days of Marcus Rashford before he left the club, I don't think anybody would want Marcus Rashford back at the club, because it was riddled. It was riddled with all manner of what would I put, toxicity. It was toxic at the time when Marcus Rashford left Manchester United, and it wouldn't be something that I would want to see Marcus Rashford back at the club with all of the toxicity. At the club, we've seen Marcus Rashford's talent. Nobody is in doubt of Marcus Rashford's talent. I don't think I am in doubt of Marcus Rashford's talent. Marcus Rashford has done exceedingly well for himself as a player. His talent is not to be doubted. I think his personal routine and his personal work rate is not to be doubted. He has done really, really well for himself as a player. But coming back to Manchester United, yes, he's a Mancunian boy. He's a Manchester United boy. He's a Manchester boy. But I don't think that Marcus Rashford at Manchester United would bring any much difference. We have players who are turning up the party. We have Benjamin Sesko right now. We have Matheus Cunha. We have Bryan Mbeumo. We have Amad Diallo. We even have Mason Mount, right? We still have Bruno Fernandes in the mix. So I don't think that Marcus Rashford coming in would actually offer Manchester United something different. What we actually need at the club right now is maybe a striker to give Benjamin Sesko a push. And that was the reason why I didn't want Rasmus Højlund to leave the club at the time. I did not want Rasmus Højlund to leave the club. But I still think that Benjamin Sesko is a better striker than Rasmus Højlund. That is my personal belief. I think that Benjamin Sesko is still a better striker than Rasmus Højlund. But then I didn't want Rasmus Højlund to leave, because I wanted that competition for places in the team. Anytime you call upon Rasmus, maybe he would just be able to get those goals that we are looking for. And Benjamin Sesko, I don't think he's settled down properly. I've seen him get into very good positions to score goals, but at the end of the day, he did not take them. I think he's still a little bit slow, and we need to get him up to speed with the Premier League balls and all of that. That is what I think. And then if we look at it, where we actually need players will be in the middle of the park, which is the midfield area. And I think that if you look at it, Adam Wharton, Carlos Baleba, and Angelo Stiller are the names in the radar right now. A lot of people want to see who Manchester United might be bringing in January. It is clear that what's his name, Jason Wilcox, have already said it, that in the January transfer window we'll be doing business, we'll be getting in players. It is important because Ruben Amorim actually, for me, is performing magic with these players. That is what I believe. Ruben Amorim is performing magic with these players. Tell me a manager that will be able to get results with this type of players in his team. I want to hear that manager that will be playing Casemiro in midfield and maybe Kobe Mainu or maybe Ugarte and be getting results. These players are not, Kobe Mainu is not there yet. Ugarte is not just good enough. And you see it, the manager would only reluctantly put him. The manager would put in Ugarte when Manchester United is winning, not when we need to pursue a game, because Ugarte is the type of player that might let the opposition pass him and go score a goal. Kobe might do the same thing, and we have seen that in Dalo, we've seen that in Dogu, and with this type of players, I'm telling you clearly that it will be difficult for the manager to actually hit the Premier League contest on the back, because he does not have those players who are actually up there. You know, when it comes to technique, when it comes to football IQ, when it comes to mentality, we do not have the players who are there. The players are not there actually. So if we actually want to compete in the league, we need investment in that team. There must be investment. We have to go in and invest in that team. Thank you to everybody who is joining. I appreciate everybody. Please kindly give the broadcast a thumbs up, and also you can click on the subscribe button, click on the and turn on the notification button. Every time we drop a video, you get it. This is a Manchester United fan channel. Everything we discuss here is about Manchester United, our dear beloved club. I've been a Manchester United fan for a very long time, so when I talk about Manchester United here, you could be rest assured I know what I'm saying. Like as it is now, we need. See, listen, Manchester United need midfielders. Manchester United need wing backs. We do not have proper wing backs, and this is where Ruben Amorim thrives. Ruben Amorim's system thrives on wing backs. Amad Diallo is doing his best, but I see Amad Diallo as more of a winger than a wing back, and you know, Amad Diallo supports the defense very well. I see him. The goal against Nottingham Forest, Amad Diallo had little or nothing he could do in that position. I'm telling you, there was little or nothing that Amad Diallo could have done in that position. So I just think that we should at this moment give thumbs up to the manager. Thumbs up to the manager. The manager is doing well. This is what I know. The manager is doing well, because you cannot come and you look at the players we are playing with. We are playing with Dogu. Dogu cannot put in a decent cross. Dogu cannot play in a decent one-two touch. Dogu, we are playing with Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot cannot put in a decent cross. Diogo Dalot crosses the ball and he go past everybody, go land for the next side of the pitch. These guys are not just good enough, and the manager is trying to make sure that he manages these players to the best of their ability, right? So all of this is something that we should be able to understand. The manager is performing miracle with these players. I'm going to tell you clearly, he's performing miracle with these players. We have just about 3 or 4 players performing in the team. We have the goalkeeper, we have the defender Matthias de Ligt, and maybe we could add Lenny Euro or Luke Shaw. We could add it to it. Then we have Brian Mbeumo. Then we have Matheus Cunha, and then Bruno Fernandes. Right? These are the players we can name that are performing. Right? And without these players, Manchester United will capitulate. We have Casemiro. If Casemiro leaves the midfield, we usually see that drop, that heavy drop. So guys, the question there on the screen says, should Marcus Rashford come back to Manchester United? I want to get your answers. If you're coming in, if you're tuning in for the first time and you're seeing my face, this is a Manchester United page. Please kindly click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button. Every time I drop a video, you're going to get it. If you have any question to ask, I would like you to bring it up in the comment section. Mohammed says, hello, do you remember me? All right, guy. Please, you can refresh my memory. Thank you. Andrew VM, no, he should go back. Marcus Rashford. Andrew says you should go back. Hello, bro. Hello, bro. What are you from? Okay, yes. I'm a Manchester United fan, and I'm streaming from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you all for joining. If you're joining for the first time, kindly click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button. You can send in super chats, you can send in super stickers, and you can send in your super thanks. I appreciate you guys joining this live broadcast. I actually appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. This is a Manchester United fan page. We talk about everything Manchester United. The question, Angelo Stiller, Adam Wharton, and Elliot Anderson, whom would you love to see at Manchester United? Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson, Angelo Stiller. Who would you want to see at Manchester United? I want your comments in the comment section. Let us talk about Adam Wharton. We see Adam Wharton play for Crystal Palace, and we know what Adam Wharton can do. Adam Wharton is a guy that can actually, hold on to the box, stop attacks. Adam Wharton can also move with the ball, and he can pick out good passes, and that is who Adam Wharton is, right? Adam Wharton does very well with picking out, with stopping plays, and actually controlling the game. The power, where Adam Wharton power is on controlling the pace of the game. He controls the game. He can move the ball left, right, center, shake the ball and all of that. That is where Adam Wharton's strength is. And when we look at Elliot Anderson is a more aggressive defensive midfielder. He puts in those very good tackles, wins the ball, and he can drive into the attacking position of the opponent. So that gives Elliot Anderson an edge for me, because he's tenacious, he's strong, a hard tackler, and he can move with the ball. That is why I think that Elliot Anderson, for me, actually, I would place him a little bit above Adam Wharton. I think Elliot Anderson ticks the box for me, as a central defensive midfielder. He is young, he's aggressive, he can get the ball running and all of that. So I give it to Elliot Anderson. Also, let us look at Angelo Stiller. I thought Angelo Stiller is a calmer, Angelo Stiller picks out true passes. Angelo Stiller can contribute to your assist. Angelo Stiller contributes to assist. He can pick out assists. He can pick out good balls, and that is why I think I like Angelo Stiller. He can also shoot. He can also score goals. He has that in his legs. He can score goals. He can shoot from outside the box. He can also play free kicks. He's good at dead ball situations, and that is another edge for Angelo Stiller. So when we look at it all round, who do you think you would want at Manchester United? I'm going to give you my answer, and I'll be hoping that you guys can also provide your own answers, because if you look at it, I've seen a lot of German players come to England and can't perform, and the latest of it will be Florian Wirtz. And a lot of people say that we should give Florian Wirtz a chance, but I've looked at Kai Havertz, I've looked at Timo Werner, I've looked at Jürgen Klinsmann when he came to Tottenham. I've looked at a lot of German players come to England, and I cannot pick out many of them who have actually come to England and performed. I cannot pick out many of them, and that is the reason why I would be looking at Angelo Stiller with one eye. Like I don't think that I would pick Angelo Stiller based on the antecedent of other German players who has come to England, and this is why I will favor Adam Wharton ahead of Angelo Stiller, and I would want him to play alongside Elliot Anderson at Manchester United. I think that Elliot Anderson and Adam Wharton will be a perfect fit at Manchester United. Thank you guys for joining. Everybody joining, please, you can share this, you can share the broadcast, and also you can give the broadcast a thumbs up. Click on the notification button. If you are seeing my face for the first time, click on the notification button, click on the subscribe button, and we are here to always give you everything you think you want to know about Manchester United. Yes, like I said, Manchester United is still a work in progress. The team is a work in progress. We are progressing gradually. It is not, we are not a finished product whereby Manchester United will get a draw against a team like Nottingham Forest and we are going mad. No, at least let us give the boys some thumbs up. It is very, very important that we give them thumbs up, because it is we are actually not that finished product. We are still trying to gather ourselves up. We are still trying to build a team. So if we are still trying to build a team, I think that every Manchester United fan should calm down. you have every reason to be happy, because we are still around the top table. We are just few points off the top four, and this is something that should give Manchester United fans a belief that, okay, we can go into the Tottenham game and actually get a result, and we will climb up there. Tottenham are not looking like they are in a very wonderful shape. We can get a result out of them if we go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this weekend. We can get a result there. You cannot, at this point in the Premier League, you cannot rule out Manchester United. You cannot cancel Manchester United, because Manchester United is looking like the team who's got a very good attack. Yes, our midfield might be lacking, but we look like a team who's got a very good attack. Thank you guys for joining. Thank all of you who are joining. You can give the broadcast. You can give the broadcast a thumbs up, right? And also send in your super chat, super stickers, anything here. This is a Manchester United fan channel. We give you everything Manchester United. You can also send in your questions. We are here. We can answer your questions. Tottenham had the lowest XG in Premier League history. Chelsea, you can batter them. Manchester United can actually get a win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Yes, we can get a win. It's not rocket science. It is not something that we cannot do. We have one of the best attack in the Premier League, and we can actually get goals. And this is something that if we play well, we can actually hurt Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, I'm telling you, Manchester United can hurt Tottenham Hotspur. So we are not looking bad. We are not off. Manchester United are not off. So as Manchester United fans, I think that we should be happy. We ought to be very happy because of where we are and how we are looking. A lot of teams wrote us off. Who would believe that Manchester United will get a win over Chelsea and Liverpool? Who would think about it, that Manchester United will be able to get a win over Liverpool? Remember how Liverpool has battered us in the past, and now Manchester United was able to get a win at Anfield, right? This is something you should be able. I'm telling you, this is something we all should be able to be grateful and be happy that the team is gradually looking like a team in the right trajectory. That's why I want you guys to keep it up, yeah? And yes, I think that Benjamin, when we talk about Benjamin Sesko, I feel like Benjamin Sesko needs a competition. He needs somebody to come into the team and compete for places with him. Benjamin Sesko is looking all relaxed, and I don't know what he's being fed with, but he looks like a player who is comfortable with not scoring goals. And the first priority of a striker is to score goals. That is the first priority of a striker, scoring goals. It is important that a striker score goals for Manchester United. And if you are to play for Manchester United, with all of the pressure on the club, with all of the pressure on the manager, you know that it is a matter of time before the pressure comes to you too, and you will be under scrutiny. So Benjamin Sesko needs to understand that. But then most of the times we will not blame Benjamin Sesko because of the level of service he is getting. I don't think that the wing backs are doing enough job with getting balls into the box. Look at Benjamin Sesko's height. He is strong and he is tall, and he can actually body any defender in the Premier League. And I think that this is where our wing backs are supposed to be very active. They are supposed to be active, knowing that you can put in those very good crosses, inch-perfect crosses, and Benjamin Sesko will be very good to using his head. And this is a drill I think they are supposed to be doing in the training ground. They are supposed to be having these drills in the training ground to make sure that Benjamin Sesko knows how to use his head. And also, at Leipzig, I saw Benjamin Sesko take a lot of shots outside the 18-yard box. Yes, I saw him take a lot of shots, and I wonder why right now he's not taking those shots, and it's a worry for me. It's a worry. I think we should be playing him tapes of him at Leipzig and what he used to do at Leipzig. These are very important. I think that he should be taking shots from outside the box. He needs that confidence. He needs to be reminded why he was brought to the club. He needs to understand that he has to score goals for Manchester United. That is the first priority of a striker. for Manchester United, scoring goals. It is very important, as important as your link-up play, as important as you're using your head, as important as getting an assist. Your goal is as important as all of these things, and it is important. If Brian Mbeumo scores, Cunha scores, Mount scores, Benjamin Sesko scores, Manchester United will be having a lot of goals in their bag, and it gets to a point where it will be goal differences differentiating who sits in the fourth, who sits in the third position, and Manchester United needs to have this in abundance. Yes, we need to have this in abundance, and I think that Ruben Amorim, with time, would have to look at the wing back situation. Yes, Dogu and Dalo are not performing. This is clear. Dogu and Dalo are not performing for Manchester United, and we need to actually talk about that extensively. These guys are not giving Manchester United anything. I'm not seeing Dogu give Manchester United anything defensively. I'm also not seeing much when he goes in the attacking position. The same thing as Dalo. Dalo is not giving Manchester United enough going forward, and he's also not giving Manchester United so much defensively. So I don't know, I don't understand it. I think that the manager understands this also. The manager knows this also, and that is why I think that the manager would do something as fast as possible to get these players off Manchester United. Because you cannot tell me that Dalo has spent the amount of time he has spent at Manchester United only not to be good enough. Right? Yes, he is not good enough. Dalo is not good enough at all for Manchester United, and this is something that we all should be talking about. We should be talking about it more often. Dalo is either Dalo has to sit on the bench, or we have to look for a way to get Dalo off the club. He is not giving Manchester United any value. Most of the times you look at him putting in crosses and you think he's a 6 years old that does not know anything about football putting in those crosses, and it is not something Manchester United fans should be welcoming anymore. We've tried with Dalo, we've tried with him. He has done well for us. It was Mourinho that brought Dalo to the club. Mourinho should come and take his boy. Yes, Mourinho is at Benfica right now, right? He should bid for Dalo and come take his boy. In fact, all of these people who brought these players to this club, they should bid for their players, come take them away, because Manchester United is rebuilding. And you see, after the rebuild, we are coming for everybody. We are coming for everybody. So I think that we've done our bit here. I think that we've discussed enough here. I want to say thank you to everybody who came on this live, and I will be here again in about 3 hours, and we will discuss the Tottenham Hotspur game. I would have to get my research done, and I'll bring out all of the talking points, and we'll have to talk about it here. I'll see you again in my next video. Salute.